job and welcome back, students. So now that we've read our poem and we answered those discussion questions in our writing journal, let's dive into what an illusion is. That's our poetic device for today. So now that we know where the places the man went, or the list of located, we're going to answer some questions to learn a bit more about the man in the poem. Also, a poem contains two examples of this poetic device called illusion, which is indirect reference. So that is the work of art, such as, a painting, a piece of music, or things, or a cultural figure. And if we want to write this, we're going to, it's also called an allusion or an illusion. So without the L. So we're going to talk about that. So an indirect reference, as into work or art, such as painting, literary work, piece of music, or other creative product. So that's an indirect reference. When a poet makes an allusion, he or she expects readers to understand what is being referenced. However, they may not always be possible. Okay, so that's a little bit about illusion. So let's go to activity 8.1. Hey, boys and girls. So we're going to look at number one. Number one, where does this poem take place? So let's go look at our poem, right? A man has been in the VAH library. What does VAH stands for? That is the veteran. What does VAH stand for, boys and girls? What does it stand for? Veterans Affairs Hospital Library. So when it asks us on number one, where does the poem take place? You will type, it takes place in the library at the Veterans Hospital, right? The library at the Veterans Hospital. The library at the Veterans Hospital, right? And then it says, number two, how long has this man spent in this place? Use words from the poem to write our answer. So we're going to go back and look at our poem. Where does it say this man? Where does it say that how long has he been there? Right? And it says he has what? Been there all day long. So we're going to literally, since it says use the words from the poem, we're going to write that. He was there all day long. He has been there all day long, right? This is coming straight from our poem. Straight from our poem, boys and girls. And then number three, how does the man seem to feel when he learns that one of his books he wants is checked out? So we also need to use the words from the poem in our answer. So let's go back to our poem and see. Where does it say, how does he feel? He looks hurt because he writes his name on the letterpad, hurries to another source, asks the librarian for a book, but it's out, and he looks hurt. So we know that he looks hurt. He was hurt that they ran out of the book. The book was checked out. So we would put he looks hurt. Right? So, boys and girls, that is how simple these questions. It's literally straight from our poem. Make sure that we're reading and comprehending, and you're going to answer 4, 5, and 6 by yourself. Okay? So let's move on to our next portion of our lesson, boys and girls. Well, boys and girls, that is it. So we have done our reading. We read our awesome poem. We learned about illusion. We also completed our 8.8. So we did 1, 2, and 3 together. Make sure you go back and finish 4, 5, and 6, and that you do your most awesome job, and then you move on to your writing assignment. Good job, boys and girls. Bye until next time.